I'm going to call question 7, Ruth Maguire.
Thank you, Presiding Officer. To ask the Scottish Government for what reason the prison estate is segregated by sex.
Cabinet Secretary.
Presiding Officer, the Scottish Prison Services are required to comply with relevant legislation and work towards international standards and norms to uphold the rights of all individuals while they are in custody. The prison rules, which are based on international standards, provide for the separation generally of men and women and are applied in such a way as to better support their individual needs whilst in custody.
Ruth Maguire.
I thank the Cabinet Secretary for that answer. The legal submission published by the Scottish Government states, and I quote, "There is no general requirement in law that sexes be segregated." Do the Scottish Government still support single-sex spaces? And if so, what assessment of the risk have the Scottish Government made that the legal arguments that they're advancing in court could ultimately result in a breakdown of these established conventions to provide female-only spaces for reasons of safety and dignity, and a requirement for a fundamental reassessment of the Equalities Act?
Cabinet Secretary.
Presiding Officer, prison rules in relation to establishments are part of the Prisons and Young Offenders Institution Scotland rule, and that is rooted in the 1989 Prisons Act. Where the member's question touches upon is Rule 126, which relates to the separation of male and female prisoners. And the interpretation and operation of Rule 126 is, of course, is a matter that, in relation to the placement of trans prisoners, is one of the key issues that is being debated and disputed as a result of the live litigation, which I can't comment on further. However, the reason that the Scottish Government published its note of arguments and answers is that we recognise and appreciate the general public interest in this issue, and in particular the circumstances of this case, and in the interest of open justice. And it's there to enable people who have an interest to follow the case. But the case must be decided in the court. That is the appropriate place for these debates.